Good evening once again. um, Back then in my college, when I was sitting by a window when there was a free time for library, I was watching through the windows and seeing the mountain and having a good time by myself when suddenly my neighbor interrupted me and told, "Here, you have a chocolate." So this was from my Secret Santa. Secret Santa is a game that we played annually every around December, and everybody had a Secret Santa, while they themselves were a Secret Santa for somebody else. It was a beautiful game to try to understand a person without getting in contact with them and trying to impress them, not necessarily, but actually make them happy with gifts. And finally, just before Christmas, you reveal who you are. And the person that you're giving a gift is called a Santa child or something. I was very surprised because this person who did not know me, or at least in my opinion did not know me, was trying to make me happy for a few things. How can you try not to get in contact with me but still try to do something for me? How could you derive any sort of satisfaction in doing something for me without getting a thank you from me? How could you just know me by name and or probably just face and trust that it really made me happy without having a feedback? We do have such people in our day-to-day lives, our Secret Santas. Because for example, if a person had to win a Nobel Prize, he did not do it on his own. For every breakthrough, for every winning, the baton was passed on from one failure to another, and the people who bore the failure, who tried but to end up in failure, but the person who took that failure as a stepping stone, learned from it and took that on, so then comes the breakthrough. These Secret Santas, unsung heroes, people who inevitably do something valuable to another person without trying to be validated by their response or feedback. This kind of reassures for us humankind that no man is an island. That and they have by large have fought our battles alongside, willingly or unwillingly, giving us victories. They might not have saved our life, but they saved our day. They might not have won our war, but they won that day's battle. In famous quotes of Steve Trevor, in his last words tells to Diana, "I will save today, you will save the world." So these Secret Santas that we are not aware of, that we don't feel the obligation to return to because we don't know them. For example, if a mother who's giving birth to a child, and our parents for that matter, we always credit our life to them. We say, "You brought us to the world, thank you for that. We owe our life to you." And we have so many teachers and so many people that we credit our achievements to. But what about the nurse who gave the right direction at the right time for you to be born without being strangled by the cord? What about the person who rushed you to hospital but at the right time? What about the small advices that you heard from here and there to give the right kind of nourishment while the child was there in the womb? So these people who we do not credit our winnings to, basically because we think it's arguably not quantitatively as big as what mother has done, so we don't owe to them. This so happens that these secret Santas that we have in our life really don't expect any kind of owing to them, but they by nature are just themselves, and they do not take it on themselves to be the biggest influencer of the world, and they flap their wings like the butterfly, not expecting a huge tornado, but they just do it for who they are. And I wouldn't say we are ungrateful, I would say we ourselves should not feel that we are not appreciated, but because we ourselves are intern Santas for other people. So it's, people say no man, there's a common saying that there's no man who's an island, and that's the same saying that goes to this: somebody does good to you and you do good to somebody, and it's not even a derivative equation. It's a beautiful way of how life is being carried on, and it's an alternative for what we believe is a vicious cycle of life where only bad things happen, but yes, good things also happen. And I hope this is a good reflection for you to maybe trace back and see who your secret Santas are, and to feel good that you had those people, and to carry on the baton yourself. Thank you.
Good.